Hi my beautiful people. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys tips that I found to help preserve clothes, because as a minimalist you're not buying a ton of clothes, so you want your clothes to last and be good quality as long as possible. So let's get started. So tip number one is to read the label on your clothes. I know I did not used to read the label. I would cut it off and throw it away and never to think about it again. But those tags are there to help you have the best result of care of your clothes. So you definitely want to read the label, because it's going to tell you instructions like wash like this, how to dry it, and all that stuff. So read the label. That's important. Just do it. Tip number two is to not wash your clothes that much. I know it sounds weird and gross to not wash your clothes, but I'm not saying never wash them. I'm just saying don't wash them too much. You can overwash your clothes. And I would say that washing them after every single use is washing them too much. Washing your clothes too much can cause wear and tear on your clothes. So I would recommend washing them after like 2 or 3 times use. Obviously if they smell bad or if they have a stain on them or something, you're going to want to wash them. Tip number 3 is to let your clothes air dry. I do this to most of my clothes. I'll let them air dry, because if you put them in the dryer, it's heat, so it can cause heat damage by shrinking your clothes or just causing the fibers to not be as strong as they were when you first bought them. So that's going to cause some wear and tear as well, and make it more easy to cause holes in the fabric. So I would say to let them air dry, or if you have a dryer that has a certain setting, that like air fluff I think is one setting, where it's just like cool air to dry them, then I would say that. Tip number 4 is to fold your clothes and not hang them up. Not all of your clothes, like this doesn't apply for all of your clothes, but like certain fabrics that like when you hang them up and they're like hanging in your closet for a while and then you like take them off, they have like that weird like hanger marking. It's stretching out your clothes. So I would definitely recommend folding your clothes instead of hanging them. It's going to cause the fibers to stretch out, and it's just not going to be a good look in the long run for your clothes. Tip number 5 is washing your clothes inside out. Now this goes for fabric like this, where it's got like little embellishments and stuff. You want to preserve the important parts of your garments. So if you wash them inside out, what's going to get the brunt of the washing machine would be the inside of the clothes, which you really don't care that much about. I mean, you do, because it's still part of the garment, and if that part gets weak, the outside's gonna get weak. But I'm saying for the most part, like if you have embellishments on your clothes, or like beads or sequins, or you have like a certain detail, or like anything like that, you definitely want to preserve that part of the clothing to make it look good as long as possible. Tip number 6 is washing your clothes in cold water. And I know some labels will say you can wash in hot, but I'd still recommend washing it in cold, just because when you wash in hot, it's going to cause the fabric to weaken and show more signs of wear and tear. And also washing in cold is eco-friendly, so I would definitely recommend washing in cold water. Tip number 7 is picking the right laundry detergent. Is very important. All laundry detergents are not created equally. Some are really terrible for certain clothes, and yeah. So read the labels on the detergent and do a little bit of research to find different detergents that are good. Certain detergents are really good in preserving details of clothes. Having the color quality maintained after a couple of washes is super important. I mean, not as much for me because I just wear black and white, but you want your blacks to stay black. You want your whites to stay white. You don't want them like getting all muddied and weird. So yeah, I have 2 bonus tips. So my 2 bonuses, because I have the 7, those are like really good, and then these are like my bonus tips to preserving your clothes. Bonus tip number 1 is picking a good deodorant that doesn't stain your clothes, because for me, I wear black and white mostly, and certain deodorants that I used to wear would always stain my clothes. Like on my blacks I would have like white marks, and then on my white clothes I would have yellowish brownish marks, and it just looks gross, and then you don't want to lift up your armpit. You're just like, hey guys. Anyway, so picking a deodorant that does not contain aluminum chloride is super important. Bonus tip number 2 is washing your coloreds and your whites or lights separately, because if you're washing, the color could bleed a little bit, mostly in hot water. If you're washing it cold, it might not do it, but I'd still just say wash it separately. The color from the colored clothes can bleed out a little bit and like muddy up your whites or your light clothes, and they won't be as bright as they were. So that's super important in preserving the quality of your clothes and the color quality of the clothes. I'm gonna link everything on my blog of what everything that I use, and then I'll like do a little bit more research and let you guys know like other products that you could use that are really good. So guys, that's all of my tips for keeping your clothes looking brand new as long as possible. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any tips that keep your clothes looking good, because I would love to do that, because I like for my clothes to look good as long as possible. So yeah, I guess that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye.